A little while ago we heard about this vintage mobile cinema which was being sold on eBay, and it was such an amazing story. She's the last of 7 mobile cinemas commissioned by the Ministry of Technology in the 1960s to travel around as a free service to industry, going to the various factories training engineers in the latest production techniques. And now she's going back to her roots, hosting conferences for the oil and gas seminars to engineers in Aberdeen.
So the next booking is very close to my heart. The event and Parker. 90% of the people going to Offshore Europe are engineers, and engineers singularly as a breed adore this vehicle. So it's going to be the busiest 4 days probably of my life, and to that I am so excited. So excited, I can't wait. We're only doing 1 seminar an hour, and so there is a limit to how many people will get to sit inside and experience Audrey, as I call her. So back in the sort of late 60s through to the early 70s, there will be an army of engineers who are starting out on their engineering journey. I want to find them. I need to capture their memories before it's too late.
In those days you were obliged to spend time in all of the departments. Now when I started with the company, they actually had a foundry as well. So if I started with what sounded to me as a Glaswegian like the pawn shop, and I thought, what the hell is this? It was the pattern shop, in fact it's a pawn shop. I spent some months in the pattern shop working with strange size rulers, because of course everything's bigger because it's going to shrink. I was then moved to the costing office, at some point the drawing office briefly, and then I spent a lot of time in the machine shop, a bit of time in the fitting shop. So we were sent across, travelled on a Morris Minor Traveller, to Edinburgh to visit the headquarters, if you like, James Bertram's at Sheens Road. I'm sure that was about '69. You weren't asked if you liked it in those days, you were told this is what's going to happen. And I thought, well, this sounds exciting. There was an introductory film that was about Pira, letting you know who they were. And I'm positive the film that I saw was on changeable tips. Cutting edge technology at the time. If this is the one that toured Scotland, then it was definitely the one that I was on. As I said, when I saw it in Classic and Sports Car magazine, maybe 2 years ago, that really was quite incredible, because when I'd read that it had been in Scotland, I knew it was this one. And I went to say to my wife, look at this, oi, I was in there when I was a lad.
In the demonstration trailer, you'll be able to study for yourself tools and sample components produced by new or improved techniques. Free information leaflets summarize essential information, research results, and examples of the productivity gains achieved by other firms. They contain financial and practical data to help you to decide what steps to take to raise productivity.
In the 1960s, value engineering was all the rage. People were keen to find ways to cut costs by as much as 10 shillings a component when they came on board the vehicle. But 50 years on, and especially in our current climate, people still want to know how they can do more for less. We can't wait to introduce the cinema to a new generation of engineers at Offshore Europe. We'll be there with more than a few ideas to help them solve their oil and gas challenges.